A counterclaim is where you get to ask the court for what you want in the divorce. You must file your counterclaim within 20 days of being served with the divorce complaint, same as the answer. If you don't get it filed in time, you could lose valuable rights. In this video, we'll walk through a sample counterclaim so you can see exactly how to do it. Okay, let's take a look at the counterclaim for divorce action. The first thing you're going to fill out is the day that the divorce was filed. Next is the docket number. That will go over here. You can get the docket number from either the complaint that was given to you or the summons. Fill that docket number in here. So here's something I want to point out to you. The plaintiff in the counterclaim and the defendant in the counterclaim, the parties are swapped from who is the plaintiff and the defendant in the complaint. So in the complaint, your spouse is the plaintiff and you are the defendant. Here, you are the plaintiff in the counterclaim and your spouse is the defendant in the counterclaim. Next, you select the division. The division is simply the county in which the case is filed. Then you go on to fill in your address here because you again are the plaintiff in the counterclaim. Then you fill in the defendant in the counterclaim, who is your spouse, fill in their address. Then fill in where you were married, what city or town, and the date of the marriage, where you last lived together, and what was the date that you last lived together. If there are any minor children or dependent children of the marriage, fill in their names and dates of birth here. Paragraph number 4 is asking if there's any prior court action that was involved regarding your marriage or your children. If there has not been anything in the courts, you simply click this box and fill in the date that this matter was filed. Paragraph 5 asks for the grounds upon which the divorce should be granted. Now, typically, most divorces should be an irretrievable breakdown of marriage as the grounds. So click this box, put in a date when the irretrievable breakdown took place. If you want to go on separate grounds, what's called fault grounds, you would click this box, a date when something occurred, and then explain exactly what took place. Really, for the most part, you don't want to get into fault grounds. It's just a lot easier and quicker to go under the heading of irretrievable breakdown of the marriage. Paragraph 6 is now asking what it is that you want the court to do in this divorce. If you want the court to grant a divorce based on irretrievable breakdown of the marriage, click that box. If you have other grounds upon which you're going forward, you would click that box and fill in the grounds. You want the court to grant the plaintiff in the counterclaim, that's you, custody of the children that are named above. You also want to click this because you want to prevent the defendant in the counterclaim, your spouse, from restraining you in any way. You want to order a suitable amount of support for the plaintiff, that's you, and the children because you're asking for custody. If you have real estate and you want that conveyed or transferred, you click this box and list the location. If you want to resume your former name or a maiden name, you would click this box and fill in the name that you want to resume. Fill in today's date, sign it, print your name with your phone number and your email. At the bottom of the form is the certificate of service. You must fill this out. It's just telling the court that you did indeed serve this document on your spouse. So fill in your name here, your spouse's name here, the address you sent it to, whether it was by first-class mail or if you delivered it by hand, today's date, and sign. Now that you've completed both the answer and the counterclaim, you have to serve it on your spouse. We'll discuss how to do that in the next video.